Pritchard. Any chance you're still there?
Jensen, my God. You've been offline for days. Where the hell are you?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I'm pinging you now. You're in Singapore.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm in Singapore.
Wrong, Jensen. I pinged you, and a second later, I lost your GPL signal. It's like you disappeared into a black hole.
Gotta be a jammer.
Well, obviously. If you can find the transmitter and take it offline, I'll be able to track you. And keep you on a tighter leash.
I've got more important things to do than help you keep tabs on me. If Megan and her team are here, there's no time to waste.
Access granted.
Don't know why the music's being very loud.
How do you know? Paula told me you saw him talking to the weed. She's probably barking orders down. Looks like this shit on his patent daily.
Are you being funny?
Things would be a lot easier if Darryl was around. I better get back to storage.
No one's streaming this game. No one remembers this game. Makes me sad. This game has been forgotten, I feel. You can find plenty of old retro games that have more people playing them, streaming them. But, you know, nobody remembers Deus Ex, Human Rev. This game was huge, like in terms of like hype, because it's another game in the Deus Ex series, and Deus Ex 1 is very well remembered and all that. And then, you know, there was a lot of money behind it, and, you know, it's Square Enix published, Eidos Montreal made it. There's a lot of advertisements for it that were really well done, showing off the game. And I just let him. Why did I do that? Oh my god, that fucking asshole killed me again.
Hostile, on the run! Suppressing fire! Hostile on the run!
Access granted.
Hostile, come on back!
Oh boy.
Hostile, on the run!
Position.
Just turn invisible and shoot them in the head.
Access granted.
Don't stick that weapon in my face. What is wrong with you?
Nice to see you too, Dr. Goldman.
What? Wait a second. I know you. You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Hey, check the attitude, Doc. I nearly died trying to save you.
Oh, and now you're here to take me back. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
Would Vasily Savchenko agree with that? They executed him and dumped his body in a ditch.
That's not true.
Believe it. Unless these murderers have you so brainwashed, you don't mind building their toys.
It wasn't a toy. It was a software upgrade that limits functionalities in a biochip. They told me it was for crowd control. Is Vasily really dead? You saw the body?
What was left of it?
Oh my god. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, about the rest of the team. Where are they? Where's Dr. Reed?
Eric and Declan are here and alive, but they try to keep us apart. Dr. Reed is in a secured area, heavily guarded.
Then I need a way to get the guards out. A distraction. Maybe a lab accident, what do you say?
After what those bastards did to Vasily? Of course. But one minor incident in this lab won't be enough.
No. But if a couple of other labs go up, simultaneously...
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing will be critical.
I'll coordinate the attack. But you understand that this could all backfire.
I'm no shrinking violet, Mr. Jensen, but There may be another issue.
They're tracking your GPLs, aren't they? I've been wondering how to get around that.
Smart man. Just like Vasily. He had a plan to shut down their tracking and jamming
The
protocols
modeling of the
using a
faces is
virus.
kind of interesting.
Maybe Declan or Eric know something more about it.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, wait for my signal.
I will
Dr.
say,
Colvin.
even
Your
when this
GPL
game
starts to
launched,
vibrate, set off the distraction.
it didn't
I
have the best
And
faces.
I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
Better than a lot, yes, but it's rough. It's the more important characters got much better faces and animations than the regular NPCs and the sort of just the secondary characters. The you know, if you're like if you're a major character, you look okay in this game. If you're a secondary character, you kind of look really crusty, and your textures are really, really, really low res. Oh fuck.
Over here, boy!
Oh, there's the other guy. Wait, is this taking me the right way? No, it's not. Fuck. I'll take your pills, thank you. Sure you don't need them.
Adam? Adam Jensen? Good grief, lad. What the blazes happened to you?
I made
Oh,
the
he's
mistake of
so British.
surviving. I'm here to get you out, Dr. Faraday.
I told Vasily that Seraph wouldn't stop looking.
Sevchenko's dead, Dr. Faraday. I'm sorry.
I figured as much. One day he was just gone, and they wouldn't say why. We were all afraid, so we just kept to the work. They forced me to create a signal pattern that could broadcast software upgrades directly into a person's implanted circuitry.
Upgrades? But do what?
Whatever instructions have been encoded into them. They said it was to improve efficiency at clinics, but that wouldn't be the only application. Far from it.
I see. Dr. Faraday, we need to free Megan from the isolation zone. I've got a plan to distract the guards. 3 lab accidents.
I like your style, son. And it just might work if you can get Nia and Eric to agree. But timing them to occur at once, that will be the trick.
I'll worry about the timing. For now, sit tight and wait for my signal.
There's one thing you're forgetting, lad. They can track our GPL signals.
I meant to ask. Apparently, Dr. Sevchenko was working on a virus that might help us out.
Of course. Uploaded to the security terminal, it would disable the GPL tracker. But I'm afraid I don't know its whereabouts. Perhaps Colvin or Kos?
I'm still looking for Dr. Koss. I don't suppose you could point me in the right direction.
Eric showed an amazing bit of courage a few weeks back. Slipped a note into one of the project reports telling me they've got him locked inside a lab on the 3rd floor of the Microgen building. I suspect, though, they'll have cameras and other security devices protecting it. You'll have to be on your guard, son.
I'm on it, Doc. In the meantime, be ready for the signal. Your GPL will vibrate. That'll be the time to set off the explosion.
Of course, lad. I'll give them a show they won't soon forget.
I will say I don't remember any of this shit. I remember that this level existed. Like, you do this level where you find the scientists that were kidnapped, but beyond that... Oh, I can see that their experiments have a very high success rate. Whoa, the camera always gets fucky when you break the wall. Oh, it just leads here. Fuck. 3rd floor microgen facility. Oh, fuck. Okay, microgen lab.
You don't look like the other security people.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I can't be sure.
I've already been in touch with Colvin and Faraday, and we've come up with a plan. If the 3 of you set off simultaneous explosions in your labs, it might allow me to access the secured area and find Megan. Then we all get out of here.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
Listen, Dr. Koss. Dr. Sevchenko had a plan to neutralize the GPL tracker.
Yes, he wanted to upload a viral program onto the security control computer to scramble all of their equipment. He gave me a copy in case anything happened to him. Here, I never had the courage to use it. Besides, we had nowhere to go.
The computer I need to upload this to. Where's it located?
Vasily mentioned a tunnel near the back of the compound. I think it leads to the restricted area's security terminals, but, well, I've never used it myself. I wish I could be more helpful, or even go with you. But...
All right, thank you, Mr. Useless.
Stay put, Dr. Koss. Once I upload this virus, you'll have to do your part. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, that's the signal to set off the explosion.
I'll wait, Mr. Jensen. But hurry.
Well, I guess I'm probably just gonna finish the game tonight then. Oh, fuck.
Access granted.
Wow, stuff I don't need. Ooh, a laser rifle.
Access granted.
No.
Jensen, 4 GPLs just popped up, including yours. Koss, Colvin, Faraday. I'm missing one. Dr. Reed's.
I know. Keep tracking them. And I need you to try something else.
Try something? What?
Simulate feedback along that route. Make it strong enough to vibrate their implants. They have to feel it.
A signal, eh? Not bad, Jensen. I'm sending it now.
Power. Oh, it's not gonna last longer. Shut the door behind you. Ammo for every single gun but a pistol. Oh wait, I think, is it now or is it right after this? Or after this? I don't remember if yeah. The last of the three. Nope. Yep. All right. No, the second last of the the four terrible boss fights in this game. Here we go.
Your tenacity, Adam Jensen, is really quite irritating. We'd like you to stop now.
I'm afraid I can't, Zhao. You see, I figured it out. I know what you and your conspiracy buddies are planning.
Do you? How clever.
A new biochip. A software upgrade that limits what augmentations can do. You're creating a kill switch. You kidnapped Megan Reed's team to do it, and you're seizing control of the market to ensure it gets distributed. All because you're afraid of people like me. Augmented people, with the power to resist you.
No one's afraid of you, Mr. Jensen. All your blundering around and childish interference hasn't stopped a thing. Tell me, have you been to a limb clinic lately?
Let me guess. That was supposed to shut me down, right? Leave me broken and begging?
The Augs are recalled. You should be offline.
Women never fail to underestimate men.
I didn't go to the doctor, so I didn't get the chip.
Stay dead, Jensen.
Terrible boss fight. Go.
Tracked me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple. Behind you, Jensen. So stubborn. Given up this chase long ago.
Ow, ow, ow.
You have no idea what it is you're chasing, do you, Jen? Will you lose your nerves, Jen?
Man, I don't need to worry about gas. I have the thing that resists gas. Gas.
That's business in Detroit. We bear it. Do you realize how hopeless this is? You will not.
The laser can shoot through glass. I remember that. So the laser doesn't. The laser's ammo count isn't going down.
Even when I heard that you lived, I long coming.
What?
You should have died the first time we met.
Is this ammo count glitched? Because it's not going down. Look, I can just hold down the trigger.
I thought you would be more formidable than this.
That's very strange.
How does it feel, Jensen? Nope, look at you, jumping in shadows like a scared child. I'm right over here. Come get me. She's lost to you, my friend. Accept it. Track
So-
all the way here. Finding me now should be simple.
if you got the limb clinic thing, if you went to the limb clinic and got your chip swapped out for a new one, you actually get fucked up during that cutscene, and the whole fight you have to deal with like fucked up like interface fuckery, and it's really annoying.
I knew you would show up here eventually. So predictable. So stubborn. Given up this chase long ago.
The ammo count went down by 1. It's now at 499. What the fuck? Wonder, am I even doing any damage to him? Yeah, that's why this shit's been going on.
Now that the end is near, like a blind man, you stumble on, unaware of the cliff ahead.
Ow. Oh, these boss fights are such trash. I gotta do the cutscene again. Nope.
I knew you would show up here eventually. Behind you, Jensen. Will you lose your nerve, Jensen, now that the end is near?
No, stop, please. Have I seen the Westworld the series? No, I have not.
Look at you, jumping at shadows like a scared child. Tracked me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple. But even I have orders to follow, and you are off limits.
Sucks ass.
Giving up this chase long. Love's the good man. I should have taken a hand after that.
Yep, don't have any ammo for my pistola.
Died the first time. I underestimated you, Jensen. I thought you would be more formidable than this.
It's a neat looking boss arena. I like that. These weird like mannequins that are moving, showing like the human body in different like positions. It's kind of neat. I always remember this room. Like it's
Do you realize how hopeless this is? You.
Ugh, this sucks so much ass.
To be honest, I thought I killed you the first time.
I don't even need to dodge EMP grenades. I'm EMP shielded. I have that upgrade. I got him. Fucking finally.
Finish it.
Not until you tell me where Megan is.
You've lost her, Jensen. Men like us, we never get back the things we love.
Give me your plasma weapon. Plasma rifle. High damage, long range, people, blah blah blah. Plasma lance. This world's so much cooler than ours. They got fucking plasma lances and shit. Oh man. What do we got? We got Twitter. So yeah, those, again, I've mentioned it already, but those boss fights are terrible because they were actually outsourced to a different company who didn't know what the fuck the rest of the game was like. So you have only one option to engage with those boss fights, which is you have to shoot the boss. It sucks.
Jaren, is that you?
Not exactly.
Adam? Oh my god, Adam! It's you. You're hurt. What happened?
What happened to you? I risked my life for you, Megan. I came halfway around the world, and for what?
It's not what you think.
Are you part of this?
No! No, Adam, I swear it! The kidnapping was real. The attack on Seraph Industries, they came after me. They wanted my research.
And when did you decide they could have it?
It didn't happen like that. I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't. I couldn't! And then David said we had to use it. We owed it to mankind.
David? What are you talking about?
My great discovery. The genetic framework I found that makes it easier for living tissue to bond with implants. I found it. In you, Adam. I used your DNA. I wanted to tell you, I swear. But David convinced me what it could mean for mankind. How much better off we could all be. It took Hugh to make me see how wrong I was.
Hugh? Hugh Darrow.
He owns this facility. After Namir brought us here...
Pritchard! Patch me into Seraph, now!
Adam, please! He was only pretending to work with Tai Young and the others. He found out what they were planning to do and told them he would help. But only to make sure they never succeeded. Their control signal won't work.
Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Seraph here has asked me to show the world how human enhancement technology can change it. After careful deliberation, I've decided I must do exactly that. Forgive me.
He's modified the control signal. Anyone with the new biochip will be affected. Hugh never said anything about this.
I'm going back for the scientists.
No, Adam! I know the complex better than you. I'll find them. There's a hangar bay through there. Get to its control room and retract the roof. Clear a path for us.
Right. All of the people who are enhanced go nutso because of the signal. They have the new biochip, and yeah. Hugh Darrow is the guy who made augmentations, and he's willing to throw it all away. He regrets it. He regrets his creation. It's got a bit of, it's outgrown its creator. Like this monochrome room.
Access granted.
Oh, they're talking about nano augmentations here. which is what in the original Deus Ex is that the old style augmentations are what like Adam Jensen has, and everyone's like, you know, all metal and shit, where the new augmentations like the protagonist JC Denton has is a nano augmentation, so he looks like relatively just like a normal dude, but has all of the crazy stuff.
Broadcast frequencies are going haywire.
Malik, is that you? Where are you?
Coming into visual range of Singapore now. Been in the air since Pritchard first pinged you.
Good timing. I'm heading for a hangar bay to open the roof. I'll need an emergency extraction.
Roger that. I'm on my way.
When you're a pilot, and you're like a pilot, what do you fucking do when it's like, you know, okay, like the plane's fine, you're monitoring the instruments and all that shit, but like, what do you do after that?
Hey Jensen, looks like you could use some help.
Do you just like...
I see the scientist, Jensen. I'm landing nearby, and I think Dr. Reed wants to speak to you. Hang on.
What I mean is, like, you're a pilot, you're flying your plane, and it's like, okay, it's a fucking 8-hour flight, and it's like you monitor your is it like, you know, when you're driving down a highway where it's just like you're just staring down the road, and that's it. You're just looking out the window, looking at your instruments.
We're all fine, but you have to
for
get
fucking
to Panchaea
hours.
and
God,
stop
that sounds
Q.
boring.
You and I aren't done with this, Megan.
I know how it looks, but you have to stop the broadcast. I think it's causing the new biochips to overstimulate the vagus nerve, creating terrifying hallucinations.
You mean it's driving augmented people insane?
Yes, and it's up to you to stop it. Use the Leo shuttle. It will take you to Panchaea. Good luck, Adam.
Oh, right, this fucking thing. Which the real way you'd solve this is just by constantly spamming nukes.
Access granted.
So this, you get an achievement for finding this, and I don't remember what this is, but it's like a reference to something. But yeah, you do that and you get a thing. Heavy rifle, plasma rifle, cooling system. Depends on the plane. If it's a commercial airliner, you're not doing much, but you are paying attention to any signs of upcoming trouble. It's like, that's what I assumed. But other than that, you're kind of just like, you know, up. Like, you know, again, I compare it to, you know, you're driving a car down like a long straight highway where there's not much to do. You know, you maintain your speed, you make sure you're fine, like the road's okay, but you're not really...
Automated systems online. Darrow sequence 1, code 1, 1A, preset and ready.
It's like Desert Bus. Yes, thank you. It's exactly like Desert Bus. Flying a plane is like Desert Bus.
Begin countdown, Mr. Darrow.
Begin countdown.
Code 000. Confirm 0. Countdown commencing. Stand by for liftoff. Electrodynamic launch assist sequence commencing.
That's one way to travel.
Beginning descent.
So he's dead. I'm gonna say that I don't think Idios Montreal knows what happened with the Challenger disaster. Because something splashing into the ocean that fast just disintegrates itself. You're dead.
Jensen, can you read me?
Barely. I've reached Panchaea, Pritchard. Any word from Sarah for the UN delegates?
Nothing. The installation went into lockdown shortly after Darrow gave his speech. I can't tell if anyone's even alive. And the signal's still broadcasting.
Meaning no one's safe till I get in there and shut it down.
You'll have to disengage the lockdown first. Look for a master control panel at the top of the tower.
So this is Panchaea, and this is like a thing that the guy made to try to stop global warming. It's like a giant hole in the sea. And it's called Panchaea, which sounds very similar to pancetta, which is a type of cured Italian ham. And this helicopter has a Canadian flag, and that one's a Japanese flag, and that one's a British flag. Getting certified on a seaplane. Going to Alaska. Definitely not like Desert Bus. This place is called Panchaea. This giant hole in the ocean to try and stop global warming. And I just think of pancetta. No, there it is. There it is written on the wall there. Panchaea. Chaea. I actually don't know. What does that mean? It's the same thing as what Panacea means? Okay. So Panchaea. In Greek legends, Panchaea is an island first mentioned by the Greek philosopher Euhemerus in the late 4th century. It was described as a rational island paradise located in the Indian Ocean. Inside the island's temple of Zeus is a register proving that the gods were actually mortals, but were worshipped because of their accomplishments of merit. Or accomplishments or merits. Interesting. I'm sure that means something. Ugh. Yeah, Panacea is a cure-all. I know that one. I know that one thanks to Dragon's Dogma, because in both Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2, a panacea is an item and it cures every debilitation. If I were this guy who made this place, I would name it Panchaea, because pancetta is very tasty. You know that word because of a video game? That's probably where I first heard that word. Panacea. get in there? Man. Jesus, fuck. I was gonna say, buying the EMP resist upgrade is paying fucking dividends right here. Wonder what those words I only know from video games. It is interesting to think. Yeah, it's one of those. Just, I think a lot of archaic words too, or like, you know, like for example, like the old spelling of jail, like G-A-O-L. That's something I think I almost certainly heard first from some sort of video game.
Access granted.
In the other room. Do we have to start dealing with the crazy people? Watched this YouTube video the other day about the existence of taverns only being in fantasy books and video games, not as historical truths, at least not the way they're presented. It's weird because I swear I've heard, like, I swear I've seen or heard people argue the opposite, that it's like, yeah, they're not 100% accurate, obviously, but that there is some, I guess you could say, realism to them. I don't think it really matters either way. Oh no, my Dungeons and Dragons campaign is not historically accurate.
Access.
I don't even know why I'm bothering exploring. The game's over. Look, this is like the final mission, final area.
Pritchard, Panchaea's broadcast center is at the base of the station near the bottom of the ocean. Is that right?
But the lockdown caused all the blast doors to seal. You won't be able to go down until you override them manually.
From up in the tower. I got it.
Fantasy taverns never existed, but what if they did? I don't know. I guess if they did exist, we would be in a fantasy world then, wouldn't we? Fucking YouTubers and their titles. Maybe we are in a fantasy world. I don't know. It's not... like... goddamn. If this, like... everything... we can't be. Every piece of fiction we create is... well, not every piece, but, like, so much of our fiction is so much more interesting. There's no way in fantastical and out there than what we have. There's no way this is a fantasy world. Like, you gotta think about, you gotta think, if this is a fantasy world, how boring is the universe where, like, our world is considered fantastical? Yo, this other world, they have this thing called the internet, and it allows people to argue with idiots across the entire planet. Oh, that's way out there. That's too fantastical.
Access granted.
Oh no. Oh god, I will say I probably won't dive into Mankind Divided immediately, just so I don't have to do any more of these fucking hacking minigames for a little bit.
Access granted.
He says as he starts another hacking minigame. Oh boy. I should have done a hacking minigame counter. It would probably be in at least 100.
Access granted.
Take the gas grenades. So this entire massive fucking turret doesn't annihilate me. Ooh, I think this is the final conversation boss fight of the game.
I don't think you want to do that, Mr. Jensen. Disengage lockdown, and whatever demons this station contains are likely to come crashing out on us.
Afraid to die, Darrow? Or just unwilling to face what you've done?
Oh, I know what I've done, believe me. I take no pleasure in it.
And yet you still did it.
I did what had to be done.
Oh wow, that's a fucking original line.
20 years ago, I gave the world augmentation technology. I thought I was giving it a bright future, but instead I gave it the means to destroy itself. No law, no UN regulation was going to fix that.
People are dying out there. Hundreds of thousands of people driven to the brink of insanity because of you.
I had to convince the world. Before today, people believed we should steal fire from the gods and redesign human nature. Human nature is the only thing we have that gives us a moral compass and the social skills we need to live in peace. Destroy it, and you destroy our very species.
Don't paint yourself a savior in this. What you're doing is insane.
Is it? When this is done, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you as they had planned, from the inside out. No one will be able to use the technology I invented to make others into beings they desire. Something we both know has happened already.
You think you're Frankenstein? Killing his own monster?
Actually, Mr. Jensen, I prefer to think of myself as Daedalus, watching helplessly as his child crashes into the sea.
Maybe don't make the wings out of wax next time,
I'm ending
asshole.
this. Now.
You can't. The signal is being generated from the broadcast center at the base of this facility. Panchaea's security system has been programmed to protect it, and will kill you before you even get close.
You designed that system, Darrow. You can tell me how to shut it down.
But I won't. You think what I'm doing is extreme. You simply don't understand. For humanity to survive beyond this century, it must abandon ill-conceived notions about transcendence and embrace change. But for that to happen, the hard lesson must be learned. Blood must be shed.
You think humanity needs to be punished? Is that it? Pain is the only thing people understand? By the time this is over, there will be no humanity left to embrace your change. The stress and horror you forced us to live through will have ripped it out of us.
I knew there would be casualties, but I thought, over time...
Does he have another arm?
Spirit can recover.
Is he missing his second arm, or...?
History has shown us again and again that the human race is hidebound and governed by inertia. As a society, as a species, the only way to elicit any kind of reaction from it is through an act of tragedy, a horrible cataclysm. I regret what I have been forced to do, but given what I know about mankind and the dangers facing us, this was the only viable choice.
You want us to see what you see, but how can we be...
You want us to see what you see. Fine. Our humanity is threatened because technology is messing with our minds. But how can we recognize this message when we're grieving over the people you forced us to leave behind? Friends and neighbors, people we care about. Is the image of their murders the vision you want us to have?
Of course it isn't. I don't want to be remembered as a monster.
Dude, do you know what you just did like 3 hours ago?
People like you. People who willingly surrender their humanity a piece at a time. You'll never understand. And browbeating won't get me to change my mind. You can talk and talk and talk, but in the end, you'll still fail to grasp the fundamental underlying truth.
People like me? I'm no different than you, Darrow. I'm still a human being, just like all the men and women you're driving insane out there. Step back for just one moment.
Yeah, what do you mean, you people?
Eyes. You've convinced yourself you're saving the world, but you're just lashing out in spite.
No, I didn't mean to imply... Mr. Jensen, please. You and I, we're two sides of the same coin. I could have been you if it weren't for this damned blood in my veins. But I was cheated by my own DNA, cursed to become a cripple. And I am not the only
Oh yeah,
one.
the man who invented augmentations can't actually use it.
Mankind will continue to divide. Help me.
He said mankind will continue to divide. That's the sequel title. You're covering up. You're nothing but a angry child. Fucking, you're petty bitch.
With all that pretense about saving the world, try to justify it. But deep down inside, you're nothing more than an angry child. Spiteful, full of hate, envious and bitter. How petty is that?
Petty? I was betrayed by my own genetics. Ruined by my own flesh.
And so the rest of the world has to fucking be punished?
You have to condemn me. To curse me. All I ever wanted was to build something good. Something magnificent. And now, there's so much blood. So much blood.
Whose fault is that, idiot?
I will give you what you want, Mr. Jensen.
You
Codes
hit the
to
button
shut
that made
down Panchaea's
people
securities.
crazy and start attacking people.
You'll still be in danger. Much of the system is self-determining and lethal. When you see it, maybe then you'll understand.
Hugh Darrow, the smartest brainlet I've ever seen.
Will not be the future any one of us desires. Please,
help the world understand that.
Fuck you. Don't worry, he's not dead. This is actually a non-lethal weapon. This is a crowd control weapon. This is a crowd control weapon. This plasma rifle is not. Okay, fine. I won't kill the old man yet. I don't know. I'm one of those people who feels bad about killing people in video games. Even though, like, you don't ever speak to this character again. It's the end of the game. It's the last you see of him. It's like, I can't... And, like, his death doesn't affect any ending. Like, it doesn't actually change anything. I still can't do it.
The lockdown's disengaged. I'm heading back to the hangar to see if those blast doors are open. Have you been able to raise anyone?
I'm picking up several glimmers, but there's too much interference. I think you're on your own, Jensen.
Careful. Oh, there, Francis. You almost sound like you regret that.
Oh yeah, and I looked up, oh god, but, sneezes. I looked up on the wiki for Deus Ex what the fuck Panchaea was, what it's actually supposed to do, and it's supposed to seed iron into the ocean to increase the growth of phytoplankton to help offset global warming or something. I just got an achievement for knocking out 100 enemies in a single playthrough.
You're gonna pay. Just get away.
Oh god.
Get away. Get away.
Just step into the bad smell air, it's fine. Yeah, kinda. They're a little zombie-like.
Quiet! I can't think with all that noise! This isn't you! Get out! Get out! I didn't mean it! Get away from me! No!
Oh, there's a lot of them.
No!
Oh my god, they're just this is a fucking joke, right? This is the devs pulling one over on you by like 700 lockers. Because they know stupid assholes like me are gonna check every single one. Oh, there's a fucking limb clinic here? What?
Put that weapon away. Put that weapon away. You seem relatively normal, Nishvar.
All things considered, yeah. You okay?
Thankfully, I was able to...
Okay, yeah, lady, I get it. What? It's, yeah. Why is there a limb clinic here? This is so fucking strange. I understand. Okay, yeah, I remember. He only hired augmented workers, so it makes sense that there's a limb clinic here, sure. But, like, it feels like it's so gamey. You came to rescue, you still have to pay for weapons, yeah. It's so gamey. You know, there's someone who mentioned like 1 or 2 streams ago of this, that this game feels very gamey and very artificial in a lot of ways, and shit like that is really, really gamey.
Please, save us. Please, save us.
Of like, hey, you know, sure, all this shit's happening. Clearly that woman didn't have augmentations because she didn't go nuts. No, it's not even enough. Oh.
I won't.
Oh, this is almost okay. Thank you. Soon, this game will be over, and you won't have to do these mini games for a while. until I decide to play Mankind Divided. Take the gas grenade.
No, there's no one here. It's all in your head.
They all react a little too in sync. Yeah. Yeah. Where's Hugh Darrow? Or not Hugh Darrow, what's his name? Taggart? Server room.
I told him there was someone here. Who is it? I don't know.
Like when you threw a grenade, they all moved exactly in the same way. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% correct.
Access grant.
Is Hugh Darrow in here? Or William Taggart?
Mr. Jensen, please.
The enemies. These people reacting to me holding my
Jensen,
fucking stun gun and be like, put the gun away.
ironic that you should be the one to save us from the monsters out there.
Monsters, Taggart? You mean people. Augmented people who've lost all control, lost their reason.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? Unfortunately, it seems your esteemed Mr. Darrow decided to appropriate my point and turn it back on me. In madness and in blood. He has betrayed us all.
So you finally admit it. You are part of this, after all. You have been all along.
It would be pointless to deny anything now, but despite what you think of us, we never wanted augmentations outlawed. All we've ever sought is regulation, rules governing how the technology is developed, and laws that ensure its use for the good of society.
You've raised society above humanity. So who gets to make those rules?
Men with wisdom, strength, and tenacity to know what's right. Proven leaders who distinguish themselves like
When someone throws a grenade at me, I look around. I first look around to
to
see how others react and time my reaction.
Is take it.
I'm
try to time my reaction slightly differently from them.
Just
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
That without control, there's no room for freedom, only anarchy. You were a policeman once. You know the importance of order.
I know there's a difference between order and slavery.
The biochip wasn't supposed to force people to do anything. It merely limited powers so that people couldn't go on killing sprees like the ones taking place right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
Say what you will, but I know that some part of you
I like
agrees
how
with
this
me.
guy's trying to sell
Absolute
me,
freedom is
be
no
like,
different than
we
absolute
weren't
chaos.
trying to control people.
Society needs boundaries
Sure,
if it has any
what we
hope
were
of surviving,
doing
and you,
ended up
Mr.
making
Jensen,
us
can be
able
the
to
one
control
give
people
us
and
that
made them
hope.
go crazy.
Shut down
But
Darrow's
trust
signal.
us, it will
Help
work.
me get a message out saying that an accident at VersaLife contaminated the world's neuropozyne supply.
VersaLife? And what if I decided to blame the Illuminati?
The Illuminati is just a name to get rich financiers to invest more money. Besides, do you really think the world will believe in some 18th century conspiracy theory? Do this for us, and you'll ensure a future for mankind, all of mankind, augmented or otherwise. The future Hugh Darrow offers doesn't allow for both.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it. Asshole. Is that a no? No. That is a no, yes. Yes, that is a no. It's funny, he's such a fucking asshole, William Taggart. It's funny because before you know he's in on the fucking conspiracy, you could point out that he's an asshole because he's a hypocrite. In terms of like, oh, I'm against human augmentations, but I wear glasses. And you go, oh, that's kind of like a little thing to nitpick. And it's like, no, I think it's an interesting thing. He's clearly against augmentations. He set up a whole thing where it's like, oh, humanity front. We need to keep humanity, you know, we lose our humanity with augmentations. And it's like, well, you were born fucking nearsighted or something. Or maybe your eyes started to degrade with age. Well, that's just how nature intended it, bud. No glasses for you. That's it, you know? You can't, what, you're gonna lose some of your humanity by wearing glasses? By putting on contact lenses? Man, Jesus, that's, how could you do that? You know? And then like the whole thing of like, you know, where do you draw the line then? Is an augmentation bad, but is a like a cochlear implant okay? You know, is a non-robotic prosthetic okay, but like a robotic one is not? You know, it's he's easy to poke holes in his defense or in his argument of like, oh, we have to keep, you know, we lose our humanity when we augment, and it's like everything humans do is augmenting themselves in a way. You know, it's like, oh, you can't, you know, oh, Mr. Ancient Caveman, you can't fight that saber-toothed tiger with a spear. That's augmentation. You're losing a little bit of your humanity when you don't try to fight the fucking animal with your fists. I gotta speak with Dad. One sec. Oh, sorry. Someone was just knocking on my door.
Just leave me alone! Alone, all of you! Out of my head! Leave me alone!
Oh, hey, there's Dad.
Adam! Oh, thank God you came. I've got wounded here. We'll have to move them first.
We can't move anyone yet. Not until I get to the base of the station and shut down Darrow's broadcast.
What? Why?
The chaos you experienced here, it's everywhere. The Illuminati created a biochip that stops people from using enhanced abilities, and Darrow turned it into a kill switch.
Oh my God, you... We gotta fix this, Adam. If people realize what's happened, if they believe augmentation technology created this chaos, they'll ban human enhancement research forever.
And that would be a bad thing.
Yes, it would! Don't you see what's at stake here? Ever since man first crawled out of that ocean, we've been striving to be more than we are. Augmentation technology is just the latest, greatest step on a very long road. But we've barely scratched the surface of its potential. We can't let fear stop us from continuing.
That's your belief, Seraph. Not everyone shares it.
But you do, Adam. I know it. And if we work together, we can really make a difference. We can improve the lives of everyone, but only if we fix this.
Go on.
We'd have to get a message out after you shut down Hugh's signal. Tell the world, tell them the Humanity Front did this. That their doctors created a virus that only affects augmented people.
You mean lie?
It'll give us time,
lie.
son. Time to figure out how to destroy the Illuminati's biochips and move on.
And what about the people who've been hurt by this? Don't they deserve the truth?
Adam, if we want the freedom to become more than we are, we can't be blinded by a misguided morality. Some people will be left behind. It's reality. It's evolution, son.
Right. Evolution based on my DNA.
Please, son, you have to stay with me on this.
He does say son a lot. Well, I can't kill him because he does show up in the sequel, so...
How could Darrow turn his back on us? This technology was his baby. It was his passion.
It's, you know, I 14-year-old me, or however the hell old I was when this game first came out, was like on board with augmentations. I was like, yo, I want robot arms. I want to be Adam Jensen. I want to be... I did ask for this. I want this. 30-year-old me is still kind of in that mindset as well. 30-year-old me thinks that the fucking Adam Jensen look is like the ultimate fucking drip, and I want to have it. In reality, I want robot arms. I want robot hearts. I want all of it. I would only want logs to replace damaged body parts. That to me, I feel like that's like the easiest argument for like pro augmentation, is that it's like, you know, even as good as modern prosthetics are and stuff like that, it's like they only go so far. But like an augmentation not only can completely replace the functionality of a lost limb, it can be better than the original limb. You know, stuff like, oh, you need a new heart? Here's a new heart. It's gonna be better than your old original heart, and it's gonna last you for 20 lifetimes. You know, oh, you were in some sort of hideous accident, and you know, you need like all your organs fucking replaced. Here they are. They work better than the originals. You know, you lost an arm, you lost a limb. No, that would be, you know, I think that would be like a no-brainer kind of thing of like, yeah, you know, use it to help people who have been injured. Then the question of voluntary augmentation gets a bit more sketchy of like, you know, is it alright if someone cuts off their arm to then replace it? with like an augmented one. And it's like if they're consenting to it and they realize, like, they know what they're getting into, it's like, yeah, I guess, but you know. And that's kind of what these games are trying to do. Of like, okay, well, what about, oh, people, you know, oh, people being like left behind or whatever and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Yeah, if you don't have to pay for their unnecessary surgery. Yeah, if it's like a clear thing of like, I have the money, I know it costs this much, I know I have to take, if you have to take some sort of, if you have to take neuropozyne or some shit, and it's like, yeah, I know it costs this much, and you know what you're getting into, then yeah. Listen, these people got what's coming to them.
You're making me do it.
Yep. Here we go. The final descent. My camera is locked. Oh, there we go. Wow, I wonder how much it costs to put a concept art painting in the ocean. Of all of the crazy shit in this game, future shit, this is the most unbelievable. Like, what, a several kilometer deep hole in the ocean? Especially considering this takes place in 2027. Man, they really just like went, you're gonna go down this entire elevator ride. Time for one more one more awful boss fight, and also the weirdest boss fight. This fight I still don't understand what is happening in this.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly, Adam. Oh yeah, it's those machines the Institute used to make synths in Fallout 4.
173 PSI. Who am I? Communications web online. I feel cold. Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters. I don't remember. Drone 4 disconnected. Let me go. Processing. Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
I feel like this came out of a different video game.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchaea's Hiron project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve.
I feel like this came out of nowhere. Like, what? Excuse me?
The message to our benefit.
Quantum computers using
Our
human
benefits?
brains? Excuse me?
You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer,
And why is it here at, yes, why is it here at the bottom of a pit that was ostensibly designed to stop global warming?
Incompatible master slave change to alert. Unable to transfer control to Alpha Pod. The system won't recognize my chip.
Instant fucking karma for her.
I can't control iron. Increasing glutamate levels by 32%.
Sal, get them out of there. I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control it! I'm in control! Stop the signal! Security alert. Through the primary control hatch.
Oh shit. And why does it have machine guns? I genuinely, I don't know what the fuck.
Pod security in place. To access Alpha Pod, purge tertiary pods.
What?
I must be the one to alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
What am I doing? Super Uggs are wandering around with the ability to kill anyone they want. Yeah, I don't know. This is fucking weird still. Like, I thought maybe it was a case of I haven't played this game in a long time, and when I did play it last, I was a small child. And that maybe I wasn't paying attention to the story. But no, it's just as fucking batshit as I remember it being, where it's like me at like 15 or whatever being like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this is. Like, I'm pretty sure I was paying attention to the story up until now.
To alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
No! Protect Mother! Stay away! Error in system.
Iron is weakening.
Rerouting connection.
I'm regaining control. I must. Ah!
Reroute complete.
Just don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. Security measures are sufficient.
Oh god.
Once the weight of your gaze touches you, there is no escape.
What is happening? This fight is like fucking is like overstimulation. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
You see where honor and ambition lead you to a hole miles deep in the ocean, about to meet your end. And powerless.
Error in system. Rerouting connection. Reroute complete. Warning. Pod 1 safety purge in progress. Stand by. Warning. Tertiary pods are offline. Primary security measures disabled. Power surge detected. Electrical charge of abnormal levels and rising. Preparing for discharge sequence. Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Electric discharge sequence initialized.
It's happening! Iron is gone from us! No! Wait! It's initiating emergency protocols! You don't know the resources they have at their disposal, Jensen. Despite your special genetics, you have been in over your head the whole time! Initiate dissipation protocol! There is no way you can defeat this system.
I'm actually pretty sure that there is a...
There is nothing you can do to stop
there's a way to, like, you can just shoot her with the laser, because the lasers go through glass.
Going to discharge sequence.
At least they used to.
Warning. Primary pod compromised. Secondary security measures activated. Evacuate area.
Oh, so the laser is still glitched, the ammo won't go down. Oh yeah, it does work like that. Holy shit. What the fuck? Oh, I remember now why the laser is glitched. I remember reading it when I was testing the game. The laser over a certain, if the game's playing at an over a certain frame rate, the laser doesn't use any ammo. Also, again, okay, now, oh god, I remember this. This is, you know, it's so funny how people clowned rightfully on Mass Effect 3 having essentially you go to the end and you just pick the flavor of your ending. You pick, do you want the red ending, the blue ending, or the green ending? It's funny how this game didn't get flamed anywhere near as much for having the same thing years before. Because, holy shit, it's just the choose your ending room.
Welcome to the Edge.
Nothing you've done previously matters.
It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
It's not the end of the world, you can see it from here. Look at the title of the stream.
What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer. Do you know where we are, Adam?
The contrived ending room?
When society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down.
It's really convenient that there are 3 options and then there are 3 buttons.
Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. However, if you desire, I can alter Darrow's message. Conceal the creation of the biochip while putting in new content.
Content blaming the humanity front.
The construction crew
suggested.
The organization has already admitted to
how Eliza has like proper fucking like pictures of each of the people.
They turn to biological warfare in a more desperate attempt to get rid of augmented people.
But why? What would that achieve?
In time, it could shift the focus of hatred onto people whose prejudices are seen as too extreme, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution as they desire. But if you want me to perform this edit for you, you must disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Alternatively, Darrow's message can be adjusted to erase all mention of the power group known as the Illuminati. I can report that lack of proper regulation allowed vast quantities of neuropozyne to become contaminated prior to reaching the market.
Taggart's preference. You think the world will buy a made-up story about neuropozyne poisoning?
You might be surprised by what people believe. I can convince them.
That feels like the biggest stretch.
Having experienced the negative effects of corporate negligence firsthand, a majority of people might force the world to place harsh restrictions on all human enhancement research. But only if you disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here.
Stop saying that. It seems it's so
option.
gamey.
This
That's what I
passage
hate.
leads to Panchaea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?
It's... Oh, man. You know, it's like... Sometimes you shouldn't go back and play an old game you haven't played in a while. Because it's you know, when something is in your memory, it can stay perfect. It can stay as good as you always thought it was. And I can always just have been like, yeah, Deus Ex Human Revolution was like a 9 out of 10. It had some significant flaws, but it was still really good. And then I think, isn't this the canon ending? Like, I still like this game. I had fun with this game. There was a lot of it I really enjoyed still, and I liked I love the conversational boss fights, as I've been calling them. I love the fact that they made a persuade system that isn't just pick the right answer. It's kind of like you have to pick the right answer, yes, but like you have to dig into it. You have to think about the character you're talking to, and you have to think about your responses and judge how and stuff like that. It does follow the good immersive sim thing of giving you multiple, outside of the boss fights, giving you multiple ways of engaging with the like, do you kill people? Do you go stealthily? Do you non-lethal? Blah, blah, blah. Do you want to hack? Do you want to use your augments? Blah, blah, blah. There's tons of that that's really good. The ending is awful. The boss fights are terrible. And some of the things feel a little gamey and don't really feel like they fit into the world. Now, isn't the canon ending that Panchaea collapses? Because isn't that what happens in the second game? Panchaea is destroyed and Adam just washes up in the ocean. It is also kind of weird where you cut the branches off, you give people a choice of an ending, and then the second game just takes its own ending. But like, yeah, Seraph is still alive, but like, you never hear from Taggart again. You never hear about Darrow again. Panchaea is destroyed, I think. Deus Ex HR canon ending. Okay. Google said no. Okay, so from what I can see is that nobody, but like, how does, like, what, like, see, that's the thing, is like, doesn't, there has to be, like, because no one else knows. Okay, so apparently from one person, and this is a Reddit post, so it's essentially worthless, but the ending you choose doesn't matter. Canonically, Panchaea falls apart before the message you choose is sent out, and no one finds out what actually happened. I asked the story director this question to face to face, and her reply was the ending you choose to believe is canon. That doesn't help. You know what I'm going to believe? I'm going to believe that there was enough time between Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided that most people forgot what the specific details of what happened at the end of this game, or what the ending choices were, and then kind of just went, yeah, I guess it fits with the sequel. I guess this fits. That's kind of what I think they did. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, because we don't see anything about Panchaea apparently is destroyed, or like falls apart. It fails. We don't ever hear from Hugh Darrow. We don't ever hear from William Taggart of the Humanity Front again. Seraph is still alive, and Jensen is found floating in the water. It's almost as if like it's a mixture between one of like I guess like Darrow's ending and Panchaea being destroyed. So it doesn't fucking matter. You know, it's interesting. I'll also bring this up because I'm going to forget it again. Apparently, I remember looking up years and years and years ago, and you probably actually still see the comment on YouTube where there's the video showing each of the ending videos for this game. The actual voice actor for Adam Jensen said that there was like several more endings that he remembers voicing, like doing the voiceover for, that just weren't used, which is interesting. Interesting thing. I wonder which ones, you know, didn't make it past the cutting room floor. Eeny, meeny, miny. Wait, no. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tongue about the tongue. Maybe always let it go.
If you do this, the unadulterated truth in Darrow's confession may well convince mankind to cast all science and technology aside.
What?
To ensure that future generations grow up free and whole. Are you sure this is your choice?
What? What the fuck does that mean? They would give up all technology? You just turn humanity into a bunch of Luddites? Well, I'm going to channel my 14-year-old self. It's going to be Seraph's message.
The focus of hatred may
This is what I
shift to those
chose.
responsible for unleashing biological warfare, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution. Are you sure this is your choice?
Again, this doesn't really matter again because it's not like I'm going to be importing this save over into Mankind Divide or anything.
Seraph was right about one thing. It's in our nature to want to rise above our limits. Think about it. We were cold, so we harnessed fire. We were weak, so we invented tools. Every time we met an obstacle, we used creativity and ingenuity to overcome it. The cycle is inevitable. But will the outcome always be good?
Oh, hey, I mentioned the Challenger disaster earlier. Jesus Christ, I forgot they used footage for that.
Depends on how we approach it. These past few months, I was challenged many times. But more often than not, didn't I try to keep morality in mind, knowing that my actions didn't have to harm others? Time and time again, didn't I resist the urge to abuse power and resources simply to achieve my goals more swiftly? In the past, we've had to compensate for weaknesses, finding quick solutions that only benefit a few. But what if we never need to feel weak or morally conflicted again? What if the path Seraph wants us to take enables us to hold on to higher values with more stability? One thing is obvious. For the first time in history,
listen,
we have
I just want a
chance
robot
to
arm.
steal fire from the gods. To turn away from it now, to stop pursuing a future in which technology and biology combine, leading to the promise of a singularity, would mean to deny the very essence of who we are. No doubt the road to get there will be bumpy, hurting some people along the way. But won't achieving the dream be worth it? We can become the gods we've always been striving to be. We might as well get good at it.
Robo fetus. And that was Deus Ex Human Revolution. Deus Ex Human Revolution. There's your reason for why this game is weird. It was made by people from Quebec. Like, that explains most of the quirks with this game. I'm like half joking. You know what it is? I feel like, okay, here's a good comparison. Games from Quebec often have a similar feeling as Eurojank games do from like Eastern Europe. they're quirky in sometimes good ways and bad ways. That's what that's how I explain it. I don't remember these dev photos. These are cool. I like this. I wish more games did shit like this. Just show like they, show all the team as they're making the game and stuff. I like how they censor out people's t-shirts. Has Eidos Montreal made anything recently? Oh, they made that Gardens of the Galaxy game. Guardians of the Galaxy game from like a couple years ago. I didn't play that. They also helped make that Marvel's Avenger game that flopped. So many people, and who knows how many years these you see over the course of these photos. Also, beer and air hockey. Well, this IP was owned by Squeenix, by Square Enix, because Eidos is a subsidiary of Square Enix. And yes, I think it was this year or last year, Square Enix sold it to, sold it to Embracer Group, the Deus Ex, which means the series is dead and we're never getting another entry ever. What the fuck was going on in this photo? Just little remote control race cars at the office. Guy with his shirt off. Okay, cool. Really needed that in the developer photo gallery. Again, Quebec. Also, Quebec. It feels like this game came out in what, like 2011 or something? Maybe a little earlier than that. No, 2011. These people look like they're from like 2002. It's just Quebec. They're wearing they got like 2002 fashion and hair. Oh wow, look at that photo. Look how many of those fucking people there are. Holy shit. It's funny, you can tell these ones are closer, these photos are more closer to the release because the actual logo behind them is the more updated Deus Ex logos. The earlier photos had like an older look. I'm looking at what they've made. Their list, Eidos Montreal specifically. So they made this. They did the Thief remake, which that wasn't very good. Did Mankind Divided. they helped Crystal Dynamics or whatever the fuck they're called with the Tomb Raider games, the Tomb Raider remakes, or not remakes, the Tomb Raider reboots. They made that flop Avengers game. They made that Guardians of the Galaxy game, which I heard was fine. Oh my god, he's dressed up as fucking Lewis from Lewis, I think, from Left 4 Dead. That's what that guy was like dressed up as. It was like probably Halloween or something. Oh no. They have a credit listed for... They have a credit listed that they're helping make the new Fable game. Which... Fable hasn't been good since the second one? So... Why'd they have to censor the fucking controller they're holding? What the fuck? Well, it was clear that the Thief remake was not really like a reboot, remake, not remake, reboot, I would say, the rebooted one. It was clear it was... It just fell. My cat was climbing over shit. Lola, what are you doing? It was clear that like the Thief reboot was like not meant for like it. They were like, oh, just fucking just put Thief on it because you know, it's a brand. People know that. So, okay, let's actually give my thoughts on this game. I think this game is not as good as I remember. Is it a bad game? No. Also, look how these guys are wearing Deus Ex 3 shirts. That's weird. Is it a bad game? No. It's very enjoyable. And there's a lot of good. And, man, I kind of wish I could go back in time and give them more money and or time and or manpower and be able to... No, you know what? I wish, like... I know it's like a naive thing. I would have loved like a Deus Ex on the scale and detail of like a Cyberpunk. That would have been really cool. And now I'm going into just dreaming up shit instead of talking about what this game was like. I thought it was good. I thought the story is kind of weird. The ending is extraordinarily disappointing. The gameplay is solid, but the boss fights are shit. Good God, I forgot how long fucking video game credits are. Jesus. How many fucking parties did these guys go to? Oh, good for them. Good for... Oh, there's a post-credit scene?
You worry too much, Morgan. There's nothing we can't manage given time. She's here. I have to cut this short. Keep going through the wreckage. Maybe we'll find something we can use for the Morpheus initiative. Come in! Dr. Reed. We're so pleased you decided to join us.
Where else could I go?
No regrets, my dear. As Ariadne told Theseus before he entered the Minotaur's labyrinth, always forward, never left or right. You'll be very interested in our current project. We're breaking new ground.
Yes, the nanite virus chimera is quite intriguing. I'm looking forward to seeing the hybrid project up close, Mr. Page.
and so you shall. But please, call me Bob.
I got an achievement. So now the game, is it? Is that it? It's just the game says that's it. Okay, that's it. Bob Page and stuff. I don't really, again, it's been a billion years since I've played Mankind Divided, and it's been several billion years since I played the original Deus Ex. I just remember Illuminati. Oh, I got an achievement for watching the credits. You watched the entire credit list and saw the surprise at the end. Oh. Ain't that cute. Well, that was cool. I didn't expect to do 5 hours of this game tonight. I thought this was going to be I thought definitely, oh, this is going to be another 2 streams. I'm not going to be able to... Nope, that's fucking 5 hours. That's it. That's Deus Ex Human Revolution. Done and dusted. That was cool. I'm going to end the YouTube recording.